My name is Vanessa Little. I work for VMware, but I'm also a member of the Technical Steering Committee for OSM. Today I'm going to walk through some of the functional demos that we've built with OSM. I think it's a common misconception that OSM is still a bit of a science experiment or a non-functional project that's just really getting going. So what I'm going to walk you through today is proof positive that it actually is a very functional, useful tool that could be deployed today if you wanted to. So OSM is gaining a ton of traction. This is a summary that just discusses the first year of OSM, which we just had the 1-year anniversary. And you'll see that there's 1,000 lines of code committed per day on average, 20 unique downloads per day, downloads in over 50 countries, 2 releases since our inception. We now have 3 VIMs that are compatible. The last demo didn't really touch much on it, but we do have complete compatibility with VMware as a VIM into vCloud Director. Release 3 will see complete compatibility into VMware integrated OpenStack as well. We also have validated SDN controllers integrated already with Open Daylight and Floodlight. And we've made leaps and bounds in how easy it is to install. So I highly encourage all of you to take it into your labs at home or into your sandboxes within your networks. Download it and kick it around a bit and let us know what you think. But this really just demonstrates how serious the project has been and how much traction we've gained in only 1 year. And we're very proud of this achievement, having done this inside of 1 year for an open source project. So demo number 1 was showcased at Mobile World Congress last year, and it was a consortium between 6Wind, Canonical, Indra, Intel, Metaswitch, Rift.io, and Telefonica. All of these different companies came together to build a functional use case that showed a network core with 3 physical routers with overlaying multi-site L3 VPNs, as well as provisioning a complete end-to-end service with near line rate performance that was displayed by a traffic generator. And we deployed an IMS service as well, and we displayed that you could pin up a call. This was over a year ago that we had this functional demo working. And the video is available online on YouTube, and you can download this deck. It has all the links embedded, and I highly recommend you take a look at all of these demos because some of them are pretty impressive. And so this was the demo number 1 topology. This would not have been feasible if OSM was not approaching maturity very early on. And so you'll see here that we have a relatively complex network for a demo network with the three physical devices integrated, provided by 6Wind. We displayed multi-site end-to-end compatibility, and we built a network service that spanned multiple sites. And we displayed that you can pin up an IMS call from one site to another. So demo number 2 was built by our members, Xflow Research, in conjunction with Metaswitch. This was another IMS demo. For those of you who are familiar with the Metaswitch Clearwater deployment, it's their freeware IMS deployment. What we really showcased with this one was deployment, configuration, and management of a virtual IMS solution. So really showing that lifecycle management of IMS, which is traditionally a somewhat complex solution with a lot of different moving parts, a lot of different components. What we displayed here is you could build the network service and the VNF packages very, very easily, and we showed deploying them into an OpenStack environment. And again, this one has a downloadable video that you can review right here. The third demo was also by Xflow Research. They love building demos, and they do it well. We showed deployment of a sample network service on AWS. And so as of release 2, OSM now has a plugin that's compatible with AWS. And so we can demonstrate in this demo that you can not only deploy workloads into AWS, but swing them there as well. This demo also did a bit of a side-by-side comparison between the AWS capabilities and the OpenStack capabilities, so that you can see if there were specific requirements that you had for your VNF that only AWS or only OpenStack provided. You can make that decision really intelligently after reviewing this demo. And again, this one has a complete deck that describes the whole demo architecture and topology. and has a lot of useful information about which features are available in AWS and how they work with OSM. So demo number 4 was actually a pretty intricate demo. There was a combination of Telenor, Arcto, Cisco, Intel, NetRounds, and Rift.io. And what we did was we automated some testing with a DevOps approach with a 5G network slice deployment. And so what we really illustrated here was that we could have the dynamic control of 5G network slices. And those of you who are familiar with NetRounds and the capabilities it has, we showcased that by putting NetRounds monitoring and management as a component in your network service, it adds this new capability of monitoring management and looking at exactly what your 5G network is doing in real time. And so what we really displayed here is by augmenting your network service with additional VNFs that have additional capabilities, you can gain new insights into your network. So NetRounds, for example, uses real-time monitoring and traffic analysis to be able to give you application layer insights into what your network's doing. And so we showed how easy it is to just drag and drop that capability. For those of you who were here for Chris's session, you saw that he was able to just drag and drop a new VNF into your network service, and now you draw the little network line, and all of a sudden it's part of your network service. We displayed here just how easy that is to do, to add a completely new capability with just drag and drop, clickety-click, and it's deployed. And so this was the architecture of what we built in this demo. You'll see here that we have the NetRounds appliances at the endpoints, as well as internally into the network infrastructure. And as the traffic traverses it, all of this infrastructure, because you have various taps at the ends as well as internally, you can see exactly what your network infrastructure is doing in real time, which has always been a bit of a gap in NFV deployments. Being able to marry that infrastructure level monitoring with that application level monitoring to be able to make intelligent decisions about how to scale your network, when to scale your network, and why to scale it, this addresses that problem. So demo number 5 was with one of our member companies called Radcom. Some of you should probably be familiar with. And they have a product called the Maverick vProbes. And this is another service assurance type solution where they showed leveraging the OSM capabilities and the network service blueprinting to be able to drop their vProbes into any running solution and do that dynamically. And so they really showed that it's very similar to the NetRounds solution, but just using a different technology. And so we've displayed here that regardless of which type of VNF or which company you want to use it, the simplicity is the same to be able to insert that service into your network service. Demo number 6 was network services with integrated VNF verification by ETSI, Canonical, DataArt Solutions, and Sonos. This was another one of the solutions that was showcased at Mobile World Congress just this past February this year. What we really showed here was that you could have network services with integrated VNF verification. So Canonical has contributed the Juju function of the OSM code. And so what that brings is the capability to no longer not just configure a network service, but validate that network service is functioning and perform a number of actions. And the options are really limited. You can even go as deep as doing full service assurance if you choose to implement the charms that are capable of doing that. And so this is really what we showed you're able to do here with packaging and modeling with OSM and Juju. So not only can you pin up a network service, not only can you deploy those VMs and the network that interconnects them, but you can also configure those VMs to have certain behaviors, and then you can reconfigure them later on when you want them to have new behaviors. This solution also leveraged the Ixia's Phantom Virtual Tap, which again, a different way of looking at what your network traffic is doing and looking at the application layer end to end, how your network service is performing and how well it's performing, whether or not it has any issues or bottlenecks. We also use the Ixia load generation virtual edition to generate some traffic on this to really display how much you can really push through this type of virtualized infrastructure. And finally, we use the Sonos Session Border Controller to be the functional VNF. We have to have a VNF in here that actually does something before you push traffic across it. And so that's what we leverage the Sonos Session Border Controller here. And so what we showed here is that you can have this many vendors inside of a virtual network solution, and it's very easy to orchestrate, deploy, and then run as day two operations with the Juju capabilities of reconfiguring those VNFs. And so for those of you who are now going to run right out, install OSM, and build your own POCs and demos, how would you contribute that to the community to make sure that everyone sees the great work that you've done and be able to collaborate with others in the OSM community? Step one is join ETSI OSM. And Chris is going to get into exactly how to do that right after my session. The second step is present your POC proposal to the technical steering committee with the purpose to inform and showcase what you've done to the OSM community. What have I done that's innovative? What have I done that's new? What have I done that contributes to the community? And generate feedback from the OSM community so that if you say you have a solution that goes down a certain path, you may get some suggestions from the community on how to augment or extend that solution to do something even better. You may get some kudos because you've now addressed something that one of the customers is currently struggling with. So we're very community oriented here. So when we propose these POCs, we want to make sure that the whole community is aware of it and is able to weigh in on it. Then you finally have to get approval to be listed as an OSM POC. We need to make sure that you're leveraging the OSM tools in the appropriate way. You're not going to have any kind of marketing violations or kerfuffles in there that are going to cause issues. We need to make sure that the software that you're using and you're going to showcase, you're licensed to do so. And there's just a certain level of diligence there that we have to do. Then we're going to have you send the relevant information to our OSM Marcom committee. That's our Marketing and Communications Committee. Because we want to put this on the OSM website. We want to make sure that it's getting enough visibility. People are aware of what you've done, how it works, what the topology is in case they want to repeat it, how to find you if they want to discuss it. All of that kind of information we'd want to put onto our website to really showcase what you've done. Then we want you to actually build it and present it in the OSM tech meeting. So every week we have an OSM tech call where people who actively contribute code to the community get together and discuss those architectures, those topologies on various topics. And it also gives us a platform to expose what you've built to the entire technical community for OSM. And that also gives us an opportunity for people to add comments, add kudos, learn what you've done, and really understand what's innovative about it and what you now bring to the community that we didn't think of before. By providing one of these POCs, you also commit to regularly provide updates to the community. So we expect these demos to be sort of living, breathing entities where as new versions of OSM come out, as new capabilities in the platform VNFs that you've used come out, you're going to issue new versions of this demo that showcase these new capabilities, that do something new, that do something great. We don't really want you to just build one demo and have done with it. We really would like this to be an ongoing initiative where we continue to go down the path of that certain theme that you've chosen, be it service assurance or orchestration or automation. We're really hoping that you're going to continue that work. And so we also ask that you build the POC with videos and supporting documentation so that people can see it and you haven't just showcased it one time at a show or online, and that people can download and view it at any time. And so for more details, you can log on to the OSM wiki and find out exactly how to navigate this process and how to find more information. So in the 5 minutes I have left, do any of you have any questions about any of the demos or how to build one? Yes?
Yeah. What if we're interested in some demo? For example, can we get the information or the documents for a particular demo?
Yeah, absolutely. And so all of that will be posted on the OSM website after the demo's been approved as a formal OSM demo. So one of the steps here is that you have to build the videos and supporting documentation. So that means the architecture, how it's constructed, not necessarily a build guide, because that might be a little bit heavy, but definitely architecture documentation, design documentation, and contact info so that you can reach out to this OSM community member and ask them, if I really want to build this, where should I start? And I think most of that should be pretty obvious from the documentation that's posted, but you'll also have access to the community members that contributed it, and they're obligated to discuss their demo solution. Anyone else? Okay, with that, I'm going to introduce Chris Berger. He is the chair of the OSM Marketing and Communications Committee, and he's going to talk to us about joining OSM and all the great reasons why you should.